Hi, this is Dr. Cara of drcaragubbins.com and the Animal Wisdom Circle, and I'm here to connect you with animals, nature, and spirit, which includes your intuition. So if you've been struggling with telling the difference between your intuition and your ego, this is the video for you. Today you're going to learn how they each work, why your ego isn't your enemy, the questions to ask yourself so that you can trust your intuition, and how to recognize intuition so you can identify it every time. So let's start with intuition. What is intuition and how does it work? Usually, intuition is surprising, something you're not expecting. It can also be obvious though, like, oh, that makes total sense. Of course, why didn't I think of that before? Intuition is often accompanied by the feeling in your body that you're making it up, because intuition comes to us through our senses, so it can feel like it's our thoughts or our words or our desire. So oftentimes it can feel like you're making it up. Intuition usually comes quickly and makes sense afterwards. So it can just like pop in there, and sometimes we can just miss it because it comes so quickly. But even if it comes quickly, it can also come in this very rich, layered, complex form with lots of information. And the information can be from all of your senses. It can be words, it can be images, it can be feelings. And a lot of times it takes more time to explain it than it did to actually get the intuition. The ego, on the other hand, is the part of us that is logical, expected. It's very linear and very mental, very prescribed, very set. Ego wants us to look good. And so oftentimes, all the time, I think actually, ego is attached to the information or the outcome or to being right. So the feeling that comes with the ego is a feeling of, oh, I'm so cool, or aren't I great, or I knew that, So it's something that somehow can build us up or make us look good or show that we're doing the right thing. The ego wants us to be right. So let's compare intuition and ego just to sum it all up. Intuition is neutral. It's often surprising. It makes sense, usually not till afterwards. And it's often accompanied by, duh, why didn't I think of that before? Ego, on the other hand, is attached either to the information or the outcome or being the one who knows it, or somehow you're attached to that in some way. It's expected, it's logical, it's linear. And oftentimes there can be, even if there's a sense of I'm so great, there can be a sense of not being sure about it, of questioning it. And this can come either from intuition or ego. But ego, there's not a gut sense of knowingness about it a lot of the time. So how do you tell the difference then between intuition and ego, between really good intuitive information coming to you and your ego just wanting to make something up or say what you want or get you to do what it wants you to do? There's a few questions you can ask yourself in this situation. So if you're getting a hit or you're getting an insight and you're like, oh, I don't know if that's just because that's what I want or if that's actually good intuitive information, ask yourself, am I invested in the outcome or am I invested in having the right answer? That's going to point you towards ego. Ask yourself, is this the logical answer? Again, that's pointing you towards the ego. Is this surprising to me? If it's kind of a surprise and unexpected, it's more likely to be intuition. And then this is a great question to ask, because I think this is the one that can nail it the most often. Does it make sense, even though it's surprising to me? It's unexpected, but now that I think of it, it makes total sense. Now I can understand the big picture, or how these things are connected, or this other thing makes more sense now that I have this. So these are the questions to ask yourself. And the final one is it the answer I wanted? Is that the outcome I wanted? Because if it is, then you're invested in it and you're not neutral. And intuition is neutral. So if it's the answer you wanted, then it's more likely to be ego. So these 5 questions, though, they can point you down the path to figure out for yourself if this is your intuition or if this is your ego. The bottom line is that if you feel like you're getting neutral information without emotional attachment, it's most likely your intuition, and it's most likely really good intuitive information. So I hope this was helpful for you. I hope this connects you a little bit more deeply with your intuition, with spirit, with whatever you're doing with your intuition, whether it's working with yourself or people and animals. If you like this video, please click like and subscribe to my channel. And if you want to find more ways to connect with animals, nature, and spirit, please join us over at drcaragubbins.com. Have a beautiful day.